Well, she started singing on the radio when she was only 10 years old. She just released her 60th album. Please welcome Dolly Parton. How you doing? How you doing?
Can I just say hi to your great band?
Sure.
It's a great thrill. Hi. Billy, how are you? Big fan. Big fan. You got a great sound. And hello to you and hi, folks.
You know what's so terrific? I saw you, what, about a month ago, right? And you're still thin. You are real. You're almost like you're borderline skinny.
No, I don't think I'm skinny. I'm such a tiny little person that I've been fat so long that it's just such a drastic change. When people see me, they think I'm too skinny, but I'm really just about what I should be, being a short little sawed-off honky.
Well, how did this sawed-off honky get so thin? How'd you do it?
Well, it wasn't easy. Actually, it was about the hardest job I've ever had. Anybody that loves to eat and loves to cook, and I do. I love every restaurant in the city of New York, Los Angeles, or Nashville, and I love to cook. And I just, I'm not really physically active, so I really have a tendency to, to gain a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And at my age, on top of my height, I just decided I was going to have to do something. So I tried every diet in the world. I've fasted. I've been on Atkins. I've been on Scarsdale liquid protein. But I finally had to just work out something that fit my lifestyle and just the way that I am. So I eat a lot of small meals a day. I eat what I like, eat desserts and everything. I just kind of pick and everything.
You mean small portions?
Small portions.
And many,
yeah.
and many.
Yeah, about 6 meals a day, small meals a day. And, but just little ones, though.
I sometimes spread it out. You ever spread it out? Like sometimes what I'll do is I have one meal a day. But sometimes I'll have usually I have it at one time. But sometimes if I have something in the afternoon, I'll have like a soup and a salad. And then for dinner, I'll have the entree, and then later the dessert. That's only one meal. It's spread out.
No, that's true. But I like to eat a lot. I mean, I like to eat often. I get hungry a lot. And first thing I want to do when I wake up is to eat. And so it's worked out better for me eating a lot of small meals. So when I can kind of kill that hunger, and then when it starts to gnawing at me again, I'll eat a little bit more. And it's working pretty good. I wake up every morning. I go to the mirror. I wake up and I think I've dreamed I've lost all that weight. And I look to see if I'm fat, still fat. So it's really a nice feeling. I feel much better, about myself. And so it's a good feeling waking up every day.
Did you ever hear the water diet? This is a diet I sometimes use. I don't think it's in any book. What you do is when you sit down, you drink 4 to 6 8-ounce glasses of water before you order your food in a restaurant. Now, no, I'm serious now. No, really, though. You drink this water. Now you're like really bloated. And you get the menu and you order. But by the time the food comes, you're bloated. Plus the exercise, or running to the bathroom during that meal.
Yeah, that's why I figured if I drank that much water at the table, I'd go to pee and somebody'd eat my food so I wouldn't gain weight if I didn't eat it.
Now, when you cook, I mean, you're a great cook. You love to cook.
I'm a great Southern cook. I love to cook a lot of fried things, fried okra, fried
but that's
chicken and
fattening.
gravy.
See,
It's very fattening.
yeah,
what
fried...
I love is fattening. Yeah.
But don't you, now what are you cooking?
I cook the same thing. I just don't eat so much of it. I just eat, I hate diet foods. I hate diet drinks.
Yeah,
I hate diet colas.
I don't like the diet
I hate NutraSweet and all that stuff. So, I mean, I do it. I mean, any fat pig will do whatever you got to do. But it's, I've lost about 40 pounds. That's a lot of weight for
on a small person. That's a lot.
But I didn't even realize myself what a small person I really am, because I've got real small bones, and like I say, I'm only like 5'1", 5'2", and I'd forgot that I'm just a little bitty person that was carrying all that weight around. So I feel a lot better. I had a lot of trouble with my voice too when I had gained all that weight, because I was having to work in tight clothes, just trying to have some kind of look. Yeah. And by the time I was working 9 to 5. So I really feel a lot better now because I just have a lot more energy and a lot more vitality, and I just feel better. Anyhow, anytime you feel better about yourself, I think you just feel better all around.
You do everything better.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And you look real good and healthy. You don't have a weight problem.
That's because I told you I'm always on a diet.
Well.
And people think that I used to be thin. When I was a kid, I could eat 5 major meals a day and never gain. Then when you get older, you can't. It hangs in there.
I know, it hangs on there.
Yeah, it really hangs on there. So I diet all the time. That's how I stay thin.
But do you love to eat?
Love it.
Yeah,
forget
see,
it.
that's the thing.
Oh,
People
man, I
don't
love it.
love to eat. I love to eat.
Yeah, oh, I love it. And I love, all, like you said, all the fattening stuff. Every once in a while, I'll pig out at night because it's my only meal. You know, I'll do the double mashed potato gravy number.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, every once in a while, I lose control, and I think I owe that to myself. As long as I'm maintaining and I can keep it within within 3 to 5 pounds of what I think I should be, then every now and then I'll go nuts again. But I try not to do that much because I don't want to get back in that habit.
Well, once you put it back, you've had it.
I know.
See, these are all addictions, you know. Like I used to smoke. Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
No, I don't smoke.
See, you're lucky. See, that's a real bad addiction. I've been off cigarettes 8 years, and the other day I was really, like, wanted to have a cigarette. They're the kind of addictions that stay with you.
Yeah.
You know, you got to watch it. What about your amusement park? You eat your, Dolly has Dollywood. There's an amusement park in Tennessee called Dollywood, right?
It's a theme park, and
Right?
we have a lot of amusement rides. It's a park that I opened up last year. This is our first anniversary, and we're opening again on May the 2nd. And
Anything new this year? You've got anything
Yeah,
in there?
we added a $6 million expansion in the fantasy area, the kiddie area, so we got a lot of new rides, and we did real well last year. We had about 1.5 million people. This is up in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park area, which is the most visited national park and the most beautiful, I think, in the United States. We have about 10 million people that come through the park. It's also where I was born and raised, and this was a dream of mine to go back, take something that I could really have and have my people be proud of me. I'm so proud of that part of the country. And so it's provided a lot of great jobs for a lot of the people up there that really needed work. It's really added a lot. They're building new hotels, new motels, and within the park we have a lot of dancing and music, comedy. We have a lot of arts and crafts.
But you also have amusements, right? You also have.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of amusement
Do you get
rides.
on amusements?
Of course, I have to put my wig on with horseshoe nails to get on the rides, but staple gun or something. But I do. I enjoy it. They make me try all the new rides, and
I used to work rides. I worked in amusement
Did you
park.
really?
Yeah, I used to operate everything. I used to operate the carousel, everything. You want to hear what was so sickening about the job?
Yeah, what?
It's one of the worst jobs I ever had. I started working when I was 9 years old. It's one of the worst. You know that now. You watch this, an observation in Dollywood, all right? Everyone, every man, woman, and child, when they get on an amusement ride, and you start the ride, everyone says the same thing. Here we go. 3 years. Here we go. I want to chop the chain. Boom. There you go. We'll be right back after this. You know, I heard that you've written about 3,000 songs.
I have 3,000 songs published.
3,000
I've written more
songs.
than
Now, where do you get the ideas? I mean, your head must be pounding.
Not really. That's just something I do, and you can just look out. You know, I just look at people and I can write a song. I can look at you and write a song about what we're doing. I have a gift of rhyme. I've got 3,000 songs. That's not to say they're all good songs, because I just write because it's fun, and I write poetry and things. But I've been lucky. I've had a lot of songs recorded by other artists, and a lot of the songs that I've recorded are songs I've written.
Well, what do you hear? Do you hear the music or you hear the words? I mean,
It comes to me at the same time, because I don't read music, but I make it up. And so I just hear a sound in my head, and so I just start playing my little guitar. Or sometimes I write with a banjo or the auto harp. Depends on what style. I don't play piano well, but I play well enough that I can write with it. And so usually it all comes at the same time for me.
And you're actually from a family of what, 12 of you?
12 kids, 6 girls, 6 boys, from the mountains, and all my people are very musical, so there was always a lot of music going on. My mother's people especially were musical, and we grew up singing in church, a lot of those holy roller gospel songs, and where you get that good spirit. So I really learned to sing in church, and I think a lot of my music kind of carries that old gospel feel.
Well, when you were a kid, did you also write songs? Did you think musically when you were...
Yeah, I started playing guitar when I was 7 and started writing songs, and I was singing on radio and TV when I was 10. I was on television before we ever owned one, or I had seen one, because there was a local show in our town, a radio show and TV show, was sponsored by a man named Cass Walker that had a chain of grocery stores, and so he had his own show where he advertised his groceries. And that's actually where I started, and I was on the Grand Ole Opry when I was about 11. And that was a big thrill for me, and so I've been at it a long time. I'm 41 now, so music world's about all I've ever known.
When you were a kid, how did you go the first time? Would you audition to get on something, or how did you feel about that?
Well, I had an uncle that he thought bigger than a lot of the people, and I just wanted to make it my business. My daddy used to listen to the Grand Ole Opry and the Farm and Home Hour, the local, shows there at home, and I knew that people were going somewhere to sing. And I wasn't afraid. I always had a real outgoing personality. A lot of the kids in our family were more shy and bashful, more bashful than me. But I would just beg everybody to let me sing. You know, I just wanted to be noticed. I wanted to be seen, I guess. And there were so many of us kids, we didn't get a lot of special attention. Our folks loved us all the same, but, you know, usually, you know, they couldn't just single one out with that many kids running around. And so I guess I just needed a lot of attention, so I would just bug anybody to let me sing. And I used to bug my uncle to death to take me down to the radio station, my Uncle Bill Owens, and he did. And so first time I got up on radio with my little guitar, and I mean, the people just loved me. I thought it was because I was good, but now I know it was because I was little. And, you know, people always appreciate a little kid or a dog, you know, or an animal or something. So it's, or that's what they say in the music business, don't follow a kid or a dog.
Yeah, never.
But anyhow, so I grew up to be a dog, but at the time I was a kid. But anyhow, that's when I really first started, and it was, I just remember that thrill of when the people applauded and they made me think that they liked me, and I just knew that was going to be the world that I was going to live in, and that's what I wanted to do from then on. And from then on, I was impossible. I just wanted to go everywhere to sing.
Did you ever think that all this was going to someday lead to a pinnacle where you would be teaching Sly Stallone how to sing? I mean, did you? That must have been a hell of a job to do, huh?
Well, I didn't actually, it wasn't an easy job, and I didn't really actually ever teach him how to sing, but he, you know, Sly was fun to work with. He knew he wasn't a singer, and, but he had fun trying. I appreciated that he tried so hard. He's very serious about his work, and he just threw himself right into that and really tried his best. To teach somebody to sing is one thing. He grew up loving rock and roll music. I mean, he's from, I guess, somewhere in New York.
Philadelphia and New York, yeah.
So he loved all those old songs, but to try to teach somebody to sing country music when they don't even like it necessarily. So that was, you know, I had my hands full, but it was fun. Even though that movie was a big flop, that was one of the better times I've ever had on a project.
You know, a lot of your career, and you know that a lot of people kind of took pokes at you and made fun at a time in your career, and you really seemed to just let it bounce off you and go ahead. What was it inside? You just knew what you were, and...
Yeah, I've always known who I am, and that's, I always, as far as the way I look totally artificial and phony, but inside I'm very real. And, well, it's true, and I know that. I'd be an idiot to think that this looked all real. You know, I mean, I wasn't born with this. But anyhow, I can't let people take me away from what I believe and what I think. I've always had a very strong faith in God, I guess, growing up in church, so I always found my strength within myself through the way I found God, or knew God to be for me. So it always, you know, it used to hurt my feelings, and it has hurt. But I mean, any sensitive person, things embarrass you or hurt your feelings, but I never let it stop me, because if I'd have listened to people early in my career, I'd have still been in Seville with probably 12 kids of my own, with, you know, just probably with no telling what, anyhow.
Yeah. Well, it's great that you didn't. We're glad